It's time to rumble with what happened on my universe mode. It's a PPV special. Still, it's part 2. It is the Retro Rumble match. It's a Royal Rumble with 30 men, but it's retro. But who's number 1? It's Goldberg. And who would be joining Goldberg at number 2? Oh yeah, it is Woken Matt Hardy. So there are your numbers 1 and 2. Let's get this thing started. Goldberg began the match with fists and soon tried to get Matt Hardy eliminated from the get-go, but Hardy wriggled out and quickly got a reversal on Goldberg, and immediately we'd already had moves from both men within the first couple of minutes. Goldberg once again snatched the advantage and hit a pump handle slam on Matt Hardy, while third competitor Papa Shango came in, and he wasn't in for long as Goldberg soon clotheslined him out. As Goldberg continued to dominate Matt Hardy, we had our fourth entrant, Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, and he stood there as Goldberg powerbombed the shit out of Matt Hardy. It didn't take too long for Goldberg to have his way with him though as well. He hit him with a clothesline. Matt Hardy tried to get some advantage back but got a clothesline as well. And then we got entrant number 5, Shelton Benjamin. The numbers game soon caught up with Goldberg and he got hit with a Northern Light suplex by Shelton Benjamin. Next in the ring for number 6 was our first mystery entrant, which was SmackDown's Goldust. Shelton Benjamin finished with Goldberg with a knee to the head and quickly moved on to help Robert Gibson eliminate Matt Hardy for our second elimination of the match. And while Goldberg was trying to eliminate Goldust, we got our 7th entrant, Jake the Snake Roberts, who went straight for Goldberg himself. In hindsight, this seemed like a bad idea as Goldberg kicked him in the face and hit him with a weird suplex, and while Shelton Benjamin was hit by a Russian leg sweep from Robert Gibson, entrant number 8 came in, NXT's Vader, who was quickly saved from another Goldberg elimination by Shelton Benjamin. Vader started to get some of his patented power moves. Goldust hit a DDT on Shelton Benjamin, and we got our 9th entrant, the President of the United States and Celebrity Deathmatch Champion Donald Trump. And in the midst of his entrance, we also got an elimination. Jake Roberts was thrown out by Goldberg. Surprisingly, the Hall of Famer Goldberg had a bit of a back and forth with Donald Trump, which he seemed to, well, not get the best of. In the meantime, number 10, Jim Neidhart. The Anvil's first bit of business was saving Donald Trump from elimination by Goldberg, and, well, he held Goldberg for a little too long, and Goldberg had his way with the back of Jim Neidhart's knee. The ring was starting to fill up as we hit entrant 11. Goldust hit a back elbow on Neidhart, Goldberg hit a spear on Vader, and number 11 was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. This was still the Goldberg show though, as he pulled out another elimination, getting rid of Vader. Goldberg then got to work on Brutus Beefcake, while Shelton Benjamin hit the leader of the free world with a super kick and pay dirt. And Brutus Beefcake's stay in the Rumble was not going to be a long one, as Goldberg got another elimination, gorilla pressing him over the top rope. He didn't have the same luck with Goldust, who reversed his attempt at eliminating him, and in the meantime, Donald Trump was getting his revenge on Shelton Benjamin, hitting him with a snap suplex. Robert Gibson was the next man eliminated as he got clotheslined over the top rope by Jim Neidhart, and then Goldberg got another elimination, throwing Goldust over the top rope finally. And the Retro Rumble's 12th entrant was Mr. McMahon himself, who surprisingly started the whole thing off by eliminating Goldberg, who'd been dominant for the entire match so far. And just after that, Donald Trump got the ultimate revenge on Shelton Benjamin as he powerbombed the gold standard over the top rope. But of course, entrant number 13 came in next, and that was the Game, Triple H. But overshadowing the game's entrance was the fact that it was the Battle of the Billionaires once again, Donald Trump and Vince McMahon going to work on each other. Triple H instead had to settle with Jim Neidhart for the time being, and he started by trying to eliminate him, which failed. Jim Neidhart wriggled out, hit him in the back, hit him in the front, and tried to eliminate the Game himself. That wasn't going to happen because Triple H had only been in for a couple of minutes, but while he was trying it, we got entrant number 14, which is unlucky for some. It was Greg the Hammer Valentine, and he went straight to try and eliminate Jim Neidhart, which failed. And while they were fighting, Triple H went and joined Donald Trump in trying to eliminate Vince McMahon. They got him over the top rope, but he stayed on the apron, and Vince fought off his attackers valiantly, and while one elimination failed, another succeeded, Valentine eventually getting rid of Neidhart, and we got entrant number 15, Ravishing Rick Rude. The Battle of the Billionaires ended next as Vince McMahon chucked Donald Trump over the top rope, and we were joined by a 16th entrant, King Booker. Booker got some early moves in, a Russian leg sweep and a neck breaker on Greg the Hammer Valentine, and at the same time Triple H was attempting to throw Rick Rude out, but that wasn't happening. The ring was filling up again as we hit entrance 17, the big boss man. He went straight for Vince McMahon, straight to trying to eliminate him, which failed as Vince McMahon wriggled out. Rick Rude tried to eliminate Triple H, but he managed to reverse his elimination attempt, and we also got Booker trying to eliminate Valentine. Vince McMahon gave a nice big up yours to Triple H right in front of him as he hit the pedigree on the big boss man, and entrant 18, strangely, was Charles Wright. Again, he was Papa Shango at number 3, but now he's at number 18, the Godfather. Amazingly, Vince McMahon continued to notch up eliminations, dumping out the big boss man. We then got a selection of suplexes, a big stalling one from Rick Rude on Triple H, then a full forward one by the Godfather on Booker, and then Dusty Rhodes entered at 19. One of the American Dream's first bits of business was to stop Greg Valentine eliminating King Booker for some reason. And then we got another shock elimination, the Godfather ducking Triple H's offense and sending the game over the top rope. Dusty Rhodes paid dearly for stopping Greg Valentine eliminating King Booker by getting slammed over the top rope by Valentine himself. Booker instead was having to contend with Vince McMahon trying to eliminate him, but after he failed, Greg Valentine went to work on him, and we got entrant number 20. We're 2/3 in, and it was Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. We then got 2 eliminations. The Godfather got another one, chucking out Rick Rude, and Greg the Hammer Valentine had his attack dodged by Ricky Morton, and he went flying over the top rope. Morton's reward for eliminating Greg Valentine was a massive spinebuster from King Booker, and entrant 21 was in. It was Mr. Perfect. Perfect got stuck in straight away, hitting King Booker with a snap suplex and a backbreaker and hitting Snake Eyes on the top rope. Probably would have been better to throw him over, but he went and tried to do that to Vince as entrant number 22 came in, Jeff Hardy. Staying with Mr. Perfect trying to eliminate Vince McMahon, he wasn't having too much luck until King Booker came over and gave him a hand, and the pair of them chucked over the chairman of the board. However, Perfect and Booker's newfound friendship did not last long, as soon enough Booker T was clotheslining Mr. Perfect over the top rope, and he was soon replaced by entrant number 23, the British Bulldog. The Bulldog walked straight into a Russian leg sweep from Rock and Roll Express member Ricky Morton, and at the same time the Godfather was trying to eliminate Booker T with no luck. Entrant number 24 was in next, and the big names were starting to come in with the late numbers. It was Rey Mysterio. And Mysterio started like a house on fire, immediately eliminating King Booker, then trying to eliminate the Godfather. He didn't succeed the first time, but as the saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So when he tried the second time, he did it properly with a Hurricane Rana. And with that elimination, we were down to 4 men, but as you can see, the clock was counting down, and another huge name entered the match, number 25, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin did walk straight into a power slam by the British Bulldog though, and at the same time, Rey Mysterio was hitting a nice Hurricane Rana on Jeff Hardy, not to the outside this time though. We were then joined by our 26th entrant, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who went straight to kneeing Stone Cold in the back, but then got kicked in the gut by Rey Mysterio. Mysterio continued his good form, eliminating Ricky Morton. He went for a 619 on Ricky Steamboat, but was stopped when Ric Flair, the 27th entrant, attacked Ricky Steamboat. Instead, Rey Mysterio had a nice back and forth with Steve Austin as Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat renewed their 80s rivalry. The action continued. We had 6 in the ring. Ric Flair hit a slam on Jeff Hardy. Stone Cold hit a nasty pile driver on Rey Mysterio. And we were joined by a 7th man, number 28, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. HBK watched on as Jeff Hardy hit Ric Flair with an inverted atomic drop. He then grabbed the charismatic Enigma and tried to throw him over the top rope. However, this would prove to be his downfall as Jeff Hardy threw the Heartbreak Kid into the corner and clotheslined him over the top rope, eliminating Shawn Michaels almost straight away. Rey Mysterio did finally manage to hit his 619 on Stone Cold Steve Austin this time, as no one was getting in the way, and we were joined by the penultimate entry in the Royal Rumble, number 29, Macho Man Randy Savage. For some reason, we were given a nice close-up view of Rey Mysterio eliminating Ric Flair, but he then walked into a massive gorilla press by the British Bulldog as everyone else tried to eliminate each other. None of those pairs managed to throw anyone out, but unfortunately for Rey Mysterio, he would be the next person eliminated, thrown over the top rope by the British Bulldog, just as the number 30 entrant was coming in. It was Andre the Giant. And the first thing Andre the Giant did was grab Stone Cold Steve Austin, lift him above his head and chuck him over the top rope. The British Bulldog tried and failed to eliminate Jeff Hardy as Andre went back to battle with former rival Macho Man Randy Savage. Jeff Hardy then hit the Bulldog with a Russian leg sweep but was grabbed by Andre the Giant, who threw him into the corner. Hardy then reversed a move from the British Bulldog, putting him in the corner and clotheslined the British Bulldog over the top rope, leaving us with our final four: Jeff Hardy, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steamboat and Hardy tried to eliminate Savage and Andre respectively, but both got reversed out. The quartet paired off into opposite corners. Savage made Steamboat bleed with a knee. Andre hit a backbreaker on Hardy. Savage hit a double axe handle on Steamboat. Andre the Giant sent Jeff Hardy into the corner and started to try and eliminate him. At the same time, Macho Man Randy Savage managed to get a very slow slam over the top rope on Steamboat, and both men managed to eliminate the other at the very same time, leaving us with a final two of Andre the Giant and Macho Man Randy Savage. Savage went straight to the Giant with a takedown and a kick, but he went for a stomp. Andre dodged it, stood up, hit him with a butterfly suplex, sat on him, hit him with his big elbow drop. And that was that. He picked up Macho Man Randy Savage, lifted him above his head and threw him to the outside. Your winner of the Retro Rumble, Andre the Giant, and he will go on to Wrestlemania Event to take on the champion, whoever it may be. And that's it for another edition of What Happened on My Universe Mode. Like and subscribe. Raw next.